All right, thank you for bearing with us. I know that if you're watching the stream, it got interrupted. Little incident here. We had our own yellow flag that came out now. Our yellow flag count in our software will be reset, so we'll have to keep you up to date as to what's happening.
I believe we were at 12. That was our 12th caution. Is that correct, or does that sound?
That sounds right. Yep. 72 laps to go. Jesse Vaughn is your leader. If you're watching the broadcast, you didn't miss much, but we just joined it right after that yellow flag for the 12th incident. David Clayman, the yellow flag is now back out.
Yep, man, we're wrecking again. Trying to figure out who that is.
David Clayman in the 17. Trying to see if he had any help. A little bit of contact with the 6 of Austin Hill. I'm sorry, Austin
But
Hable. The wrong Hill.
that would have been an interesting. Get Austin Hill in this race.
Austin Hable. John Ledger may have blinked. We'll see. I pulled off. All right. That is our 13th. Caution of the night.
Team cautions. And looks like we're back up to getting everything squared away.
How are we doing on incident points, John?
Bradley Previtt sitting at 19, Marcana at 19, Ian Ogden at 17, Banner Twick and Allen sitting at 16, with Nairn and Gibson at 12. Gibson obviously not in the race. Some other notable drivers who are on the opposite spectrum of this. We have William Mann Jr. no incidents. Bostic, Slatker, Skytman, Harrell, Skoik, and Worrell no incidents in this race at all.
So clearly, you can't get around here without a lot of trouble.
Of course, you can. And look at the list of this, the drivers who don't have incidents. Worrell, Skoik, Harrell, Skytman, Slatker, Bostic. All those drivers have wins except for William Mann Jr. Also, Rick, I don't believe we mentioned the result of last week's race when it came to who won. Did we ever talk about that to the viewers?
We did not. There was an incident at the with the restart in last week's race. So after race control had reviewed it, that race was awarded to Charles Van Skoik and versus Alonzo King. And so Alonzo King had already had a couple wins, so he didn't impact his playoff opportunities. But because of that, there are more stringent rules now in place on restarts. And so you'll see the guys here as they go back to restart being more closely together and staying tightly to make sure that doesn't happen to them.
Exactly. So Going through that list even a little bit more, you have Luke Bullard and Harley Barletta, 2 and 4 incidents. They both have wins on the year. Pace car drops off. You have the 84 and his half brother who is outside the 42. Not really his half brother, just by number perspectives. But either way, we're going back to green flag racing. Green is in the air and a good restart by the outside line. Let's see if the 42 can maybe get a little bit of a run going into 1.
Good run by the 84 to move his way out. Battle for third. That's Chris Worrell working his way around and under the 3 of Luke Bullard.
We got to remember Chris Worrell came down pit road not too long ago, so we'll see how that will affect this race tonight. So we'll see how it goes. The data doesn't show it on mine because it had to reset, obviously, but trying to figure out when that happened. But right now, the 42 is all over the back bumper of that 84.
And on top of that, the 8's working his way under the 42, take over that spot. Yeah, our telemetry has been hijacked, unfortunately, because of the issues on the reboot. And for those who have rejoined, thank you. We apologize for that. We're at the mercy of the internet and power and all those things that make our lives so much fun. Side by side, door to door, the 8 and the 42.
There we go, battling down to the start-finish line to see what happens as they go into turn 1.
The 42 backed out just a little bit, let the 8 go by. A little bit farther back, though, there's a big battle for spots. Here with the 24, that's the 99 of Marco Berube going underneath. 81 of Harley Barletta hanging back to behind the 24 of Zach Allen. Oh, loose. You saw that here. They hung on to it. They survived. How they did that, I don't know. It does not take much to unsettle these cars. I thought the 37 of Skytman tagged the... Oh, there's contact with the 81.
They're going at it.
David Clayman coming up behind. Going high as that's Harley Barletta in the 81. The 37 slips underneath for a moment, but he still has to get by the 24 in front of him. All of that was going on.
Yep, what happened, Rick? I saw it too.
Yep, the 8 of Chris Worrell got past the 84. Bring back that pass here. It was out of 2. Side by side into 3. And gets by exiting turn 4 onto the front stretch.
That's what fresh tires can do for you, 100%. What a move by the 8 to get back up to the lead and control the race.
58 laps to go here at New Hampshire.
84's keeping it in there. He's not
Yes,
going
he is.
away.
Nope.
What a battle between these two cars. I mean, I think we should definitely leave it on this battle here as we are approaching 65 laps to go.
Good racing going on. Sammy Harrell has moved up to a solid third. Luke Bullard is in fourth. Ty Bostic, his teammate, is in fifth. Mike Slagter in sixth. Austin Habel in seventh. William Mann Jr. in eighth. Christoph Hall in ninth. And Ollie Barletta sits now in 10th.
What a run by Slagter up there, up 12 spots. Vaughn up 20, Chris Worrell up 24, and Sammy Harrell up 18.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
It sure is. Our leaders have battled their way through the pack in more than one start from behind and weave their way up through. And now are on top. Sammy Harrell, something going on. Maybe he is having a connection issue. I don't know.
Yeah, not really sure. But Jesse Vaughn is keeping up with that number 8 machine. We'll see how this battle unfolds as the 84 looking for a win.
Let's go on board with Jesse Vaughn.
Holding a smooth wheel. Getting that car to rotate off the corner. Not much input.
Downshift into the corner. Upshift around the start-finish line. And you've got to keep in that middle, that second groove there, because there's a bump right there coming out of that, around where the blue cone is, out of the pit lane, that just will unsettle these corners. All right, that was on board with the 84, Jesse Vaughn. But these guys are tight together. They, in fact, they're so tight that they have now opened up nearly a 2-second lead over third place, Sammy Harrell.
Yeah, man, look who's in fourth and fifth. You have Luke Bullard and Ty Bostic, two drivers that have won this year. They're looking for wins, and it'll be impressive to see if they can possibly bring home another win. I mean, Bostic, has won, obviously, and Bullard won the season opener, so we'll see how these drivers can battle each other. And, we are nearing, 49 laps to go, so this time is going to tick down.
Yeah, we don't really know exactly just where these guys are in pit strategy or fuel, but they will. My guess is they've got at least one more stop before this race finishes.
I think at this point, obviously, what I'm curious about is how much fuel the 8 versus the 84 has. I mean, that's one thing that we don't have. We don't have the data because the telemetry has been altered due to the change in the broadcast, the little yellow flag we had earlier. So we'll see how this plays out as this race unfolds, and if who is going to have to pit.
So we started the race with 30 entries. We've had 6 retirees. Luke Bullard, is that yellow flag is out?
Yellow flag is out. Bullard spun around.
Is there contact there?
No,
Nope.
just he put his car on the spin cycle.
Oh, there's his. Oh gosh, that's his teammate.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, and the 6, Austin Hable.
And he is looking at the rest of the field go by. Look at, that was good for him. He chose not to. He could have just driven down there, trying to get away from it, but he chose to wisely. Good sportsmanship. Just did his best to stay out of traffic. That being said, a lot of cars coming down pit road. See if we got a better shot.
Nope. They're out of pit road. This is probably the money stop.
So, interesting. David Clayman he's in your leader. Ryan Pittman, Grant Altizer, those guys did not stop. Everybody else did.
Interesting.
All right. We're going to take this opportunity to try and get a commercial in. We'll be right back.
When veterans get out of the military, a lot of them don't know how to translate their skill sets into the civilian world, and they lapse into poverty or into homelessness. But it can be easier with the right support. At Tech4Troops, our mission is to empower veterans in need with computers to get back in the workforce. We want to support our veterans across the nation.
All right, welcome back to the Tech4Troops Cup Series, broadcasted here on the IWM Broadcast Network. Appreciate those who have rejoined the broadcast after a slight technical difficulty. We are in New Hampshire for the Live Free or Die 190. We got 45 laps to go here, and right now out in front is David Clayman and Ryan Pittman to his outside. And Grant Altizer will be starting in third. Now, these guys did not pit. And I can't tell you when they pitted last. Well, I can tell you David Clayman pitted last on lap 111. But everybody behind them just pitted.
They did. So this is going to be a big strategy play. We'll see how this fares out for both drivers.
They'll be with 43 to go once they cross this start-finish line, which kind of is right in the sweet spot for these tires. For all those guys behind, I don't know. It's going to be, well, would you have come down?
It's the strategy play when it comes to track position or tires. I mean, I would, knowing that you have those tires, so.
But as Alonso just chimed in, David Clayman needs the win.
They do, and he does.
All right, restart, and he is out front. That's the 17 of David Clayman. Ryan Pittman second. Chris Morrell is in third. A little bit of contact, I thought, between the 8 and the 08.
Just a little bit. We'll see how that plays out for these guys. I mean, contact at this stage of the race, it's something you don't want to have, and You know, we're still paying attention to the incident point limit here. Mark Hanna at 19, Ian Ogden at 17. Those are the top guys right now. Here comes the
Oh, that's Slagter.
Slatker is off the grass. That's not going to produce a caution. No caution. And we're back to green flag racing. Here comes the 8 around the 17. Not new leader, I guess. Rejoined leader, I guess. He reassumed the number 8. What a run by Christopher Worrell here tonight.
Yep, fresh tires. That's definitely the factor there. I think also Austin Habel had to come down and serve a penalty.
He did. Looks like David Clayman, you know, back to my decision. You had to come down pit road, get some tires. So we'll see how this fares out for some of these guys here tonight.
Yep, he had to do what he had to do.
He did.
Yep, he took the opportunity to at least get position. 40 laps to go here in New Hampshire, 39 as they cross the stripe. Chris Worrell has jumped out to almost 3/4 of a second lead. Now those two guys behind the 84 of Jesse Vaughn. Now up under Ryan. I thought he was.
He's there. The 84 of Vaughn is there, and he's fast. We saw him able to keep up with the 8 of Chris Worrell.
Yeah, again, he just pitted on lap 134, so he has got fresh tires. Oh, they're 3 wide. 42 of Sammy Harrell also just pitted. So Worrell, Clayman, Vaughn, and Harrell. Good for David Clayman.
Oh, caution, caution, caution.
Ian Ogden, Luke Bullard.
Oh, Ian Ogden's up to 19. It's not what Ian needed.
See, we can see here. We're watching the 21 of Ian Ogden. Just kind of lost it himself.
Yeah, lost it, overcorrect.
That brings out the caution. Not sure why Luke Bullard. A checkup happened in front of him. Nope, just a spin.
Just a little spin around.
Yep. All right, that is our 15th caution of the night. We're trying to do math here.
Yeah, I think you're correct.
Jesse Vaughn is, Chris Worrell may have connection issues. He is definitely showing as our leader, but he has blinked out a couple of times.
He has.
That would be very good for the 84 of Jesse Vaughn if that leader just disappears. All right, 35 laps to go here at New Hampshire. We'll probably go back to green flag around lap 33.
It's coming down to crunch time.
Absolutely.
You gotta put yourself in a position to win, and if you're Jesse Vaughn, Sammy Harrell, William Mann Jr., Christoph Hall, you got to make the moves now because that 8 car is fast. He is the fastest guy on the track, and it's showing tonight. A win here would mean a lot for a lot of these drivers, so you have to put yourself into one of those positions to be able to get a good run. And with Joey Doucette being out of this race, Chris Farrell, obviously another win's not going to hurt him in the playoff run. But when it comes to Jesse Vaughn, having a win or even having a solid runner-up finish or third-place finish can really bump your way up into the playoffs.
Yeah, during that caution, David Clayman basically came down pit road. So he is on fresh tires, albeit he has started way back in the pack. So he is towards the very end, both himself, Grant Altizer, Luke Bullard, all came down. But they've got 34 laps to go. They can find their way back up to the front. Those guys will have the freshest tires.
They will.
Now, I don't know when Ryan Pittman last pitted. He is not on my schedule.
I don't know.
It may have
he's
been.
not on my data either.
Yep, so not sure. But lights are off on the pace car. That means Chris Farrell will be in charge. Jesse Vaughn is to his outside.
We'll see what Jesse Vaughn can do on the outside here. He may be able to put a little bit of something together going into one, maybe a little run. Rick, we're getting down to it. We're getting down to it.
Yep, this race is working its way towards a close.
Pace car's off. 8 stacks him up. Green back in the air. Jesse Vaughn, not a great restart, but able to keep up with him. But watch out for that 42 on the inside line.
Sammy Harrell drops down to that low line, trying to get away around the 84.
Close racing as we go through the back. Every position matters now. Every time they drive side by side is a little bit further that 8 car is going to get in front of the 84 and the 42. The further away he's going to seem. So 42 battles back. Now drops down, not quite behind him, but anticipating checking up early, getting a better run through the middle of the corner, and possibly able to have a better exit than the 84 going out of turn 2. We'll see if that takes place.
Harley Barletta showing a crash. Yellow flag is out.
Get his back in the air. Oh, big wreck in the back. Big wreck in the back. Brad Previtt has gone over the incident limit at 21. Jeff Nairn has a black flag. Maurice Barnett, James Altizer, and Luke Bullard all have black flags. Chris Farrell, packet loss, has been dropped. Chris Farrell, the leader, has had a connection issue.
Let's see if he can join back in, but that puts Jesse Vaughn on top.
Rick, there are so many things that are happening right now.
It's impossible to keep up. Let's first try to pick up that incident, that yellow flag. I think that is going to be with Luke Bullard. We'll watch and see why this yellow came out. He's got the 12. That's Grant Altizer to the outside. Okay, it looks like that's Harley Barletta that was possibly brought out the yellow. Let's try to key on Harley here for a second. I don't know if he had any help in this.
I don't know. Let's see. Oh. Dove it in really hard, Rick.
Yeah. And then it looks like the 3 contacted the 6. Let's back that up just a little bit. So they're watching this, the 81 spin in front of them. The 21 of Ogden comes down in front of the 6. The 6 backs out and comes down on top of the 3.
Yep, that's what happened there.
That's Grant Altizer trying to get by. 88 of Maurice Burnett has no place to go. He tries to get around. The 6 contacts the 12. Yep. And another caution.
Oh, was it 16 or 17? What do you think?
It's 16.
Looks like Chris Worrell is reconnected, but going to be out of contention here tonight, unfortunately.
Yeah, he may show. He's in the pits.
Yep, 2 laps down. I mean, with the cautions the way that they've flown, he may be able to get back out there. What a story that would be. Don't count it out. 27 to go. There's time for 2 cautions.
It's possible. We are closing in on that magic number of 20 cautions.
We are.
So, interestingly enough, Jesse Vaughn needs a win. Sammy Harrell needs a win. William Mann Jr. needs a win. That is your top 3. All 3 pitted last on lap 134. They should have enough fuel and tires to make it these last 27 laps. Racing up behind them is David Clayman and Grant Altizer. David Clayman is now up to 13th after he's on slightly fresher tires.
Yeah, so we'll see how that's going to affect his ride. Green flag back in the air. Jesse Vaughn to the point. Look at William Mann Jr. now battling. Sammy Harrell down into turn 1.
Careful, careful. Little overdrive on the 84. He's spinning.
Jesse! Caution's out.
He saved it.
Well,
unfortunately. All right.
Well, Rick, Chris Worrell's 1 lap down.
Okay. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. You're not going to miss anything. We'll be side by side as we are now under our 17th caution. All right, welcome back to the Tech4Troops Live Free or Die 190 here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Thank you for tuning in to the Tech4Troops Cup Series and brought to you here on the IWM Broadcast Network. I am Rick Souza here, joined in the booth by my co-host John Derudris. And John, we have 24 laps to go. We saw our leader drop out. He just blasts by, getting one of his laps back. He disconnected because of a technical issue. We disconnected because of a technical issue. But our current leader, that was Jesse Vaughn, spun. And now that puts Sammy Harrell at the front of the pack.
You can't predict this, Rick. There have been so much happening in this race that it's hard to keep track of what's what.
We have had 17 cautions. It's been a long night here for these drivers here at New Hampshire.
It has, and we appreciate everybody for staying tuned for as long as you have, and everybody for watching along. Exactly. Tuning back in, and want to thank our sponsors, Tech4Troops, 1111 Veteran Project, as well as U-Haul. As always, can't do it without everybody involved.
Lights are still on top of the pace car. We'll have another lap under caution here before we go back to green flag racing.
And this is the time where, you got to make your mark and do what you need to do to get a win. And, you have a lot of opportunities out there. You have Alonzo King not a part of the race. You have Chris Morrell 1 lap down. And you have Joey Doucette not a part of the race. A lot of good drivers that are having issues. Today is the day. If you are a driver on the bubble, this is your race to win. Sammy Harrell talking about you, talking about all these guys here. So we'll see how this plays out. And who's able to get a win? William Mann Jr., Christoph Hall, all these guys.
You've got Ty Bostic up to 6th, John Ledger 7th. Zach Allen is now sitting in 8th, Marco Berube in 9th, and Mike Slagter up to 10th.
Yeah, Slagter making way back up to the front. He always seems to be able to finish races. I'm going to call him the Kevin Harvick of the Tech4Troops Cup Series because he always knows how to finish a race. Even if sometimes he gets involved in something, he always seems to get points, and at the end of the day, it's why he's right now leading regular season points out of the drivers who have not won a race.
John, how are we doing on incident points? Anybody to watch?
19 incident points for Ian Ogden, 19 for Mark Hanna, 16 for Philip Vandertwick, and 16 for Jeff Nairn and Zach Allen as well. So those drivers need to be paying attention. And green flag back in the air with Sammy Harrell at the point.
Huge jump by the 42. He didn't waste any time using that Geico restart zone. He was off.
He was off. Look right there, William Mann Jr. We've seen him run strong, and he's looking to pounce to take position now. Charles
wreck in the back,
and a caution.
Jeff Nairn, Grant Altizer. And there's Chris Worrell. I'm not sure if there was actual contact there. Oh, the 08 of Ryan Pittman gets doored.
Yikes. Man, Pittman's been a pinball tonight.
That's the 27 and the 3. That's Nairn and Bullard also came together. There was contact there as well. So the 08, the 12, the 27, the 3, all involved. All right, 19 laps to go. We're going to cook off about 2 or 3 here under caution. That may put us around 16 laps. Yeah, it's so hard. You've got these leaders who they're trying desperately to pull this win off, but, things that happen at the back of the pack, you can't control it.
All right.
And guess who got their lap back?
The 8. I think we should, if you can, Rick, cue the Jaws theme song, because that 8 car is on just on a mission to get another win.
Well, he'll be starting at the tail end of the leaders, but he is now on the lead lap.
He has fresher tires too, so we'll see how he's able to do this here. Rick, if he can pull off a win, this may be one of the greatest wins in the Tech4Troops Cup Series.
He pitted last on lap 150. The only fresher tires were sitting on that 08 of Ryan Pittman. I'm not sure how much damage he got from that last lap incident. That'll be in our 18th caution of the night. right, that's Chris Worrell, currently sitting in 20th position. He's got a lot of guys to get through to get back up.
He does.
Ryan Pittman is. Oh, did he also get a lap back?
I believe he did. Yes, he did.
All right, that puts those two guys. That is the 20th and 21st car on the lead lap. You know, if I'm sitting back there after I've been through this entire race, it's been hard. I've struggled. I probably have been through a half a dozen incidents. The last thing I want to see in my rear view mirror is Pittman and Worrell barking up the tail end of my car. I'm just gonna move over. Just go. I know I'm not gonna beat you. Just go.
I mean, look at this. I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Worrell has to go through 20 cars, 24 cars. That's 10 rows of cars
16
and
laps.
Right, and Rick, also look at the inside line. I see a sea of purple. Look at all those teammates there.
I don't know. That's Christoph Hall. Yep, right there. Oh, and we're back underway.
Here comes Sammy Harrell to the point. Here comes a big block from the 29 on Van Scoik down into turn 1. 25 laps to go, rather.
No, 16 laps to go.
16 laps to go. Oh, 180. I didn't buy it. Like I said, Rick, I can't do math tonight. William Mann Jr. down to the bottom. He's going to slide up, though.
He tried. He drove in hard trying to get that, and it did not pay off. This is going to burn up your right front tire.
It is. You got to be very careful. You need that right front, especially at the end of this run. We're wrecking again. Rick in the back. That's Jesse Vaughn.
Yellow is out. There was contact with Mark Harrell, I think. A little bit of contact. It's Luke Bullard behind. Oh,
what in the world?
That makes no sense.
Oh, is that Chris Worrell? Did he get into it with the 8?
I'm backing it up. No, I don't think so.
I think he got loose.
45-3, the 88. Oh, he just narrowly avoided the 84, and he survived that incident.
Okay, move of the race. Easily going to the 8 car right there. Unbelievable move to dodge that wreck with under 15 to go.
Now up to 17. Ryan Pittman is in the pits. I don't think Ryan survived that incident well. He may have some incident point issues.
Oh, let's take a look. Mark Hanna has been disqualified for too many incidents. Looks like Jesse Vaughn has an incident penalty he has to serve. Don't see anything else, though.
All right.
Rick, what do you think? What do you think about this? You know, you have the 8 car making his way back up through the field. Could he possibly bring home a win?
So we got Sammy Harrell out in front. He'll be our control car. We'll go back to green flag racing. Looks to be with 10 laps to go. Because
yep,
lights are
just
still
about
on.
10.
So 10 laps to go. You've got Chris Worrell sitting at he's in position 17. That may be a lot to expect out of Chris Worrell to get back up there, but you've got a lot of hungry guys up the front. I mean, I'm thinking William Mann Jr. He needs a win. Sammy Harrell sure does.
Yep.
Christoph Hall is there. Now, those guys are teammates. Harrell, Van Scoik, and Hall, they're all right there. You got Sean Skytman right there. John Ledger wants a win. Marco Berube up to 7. Bostic at 8. Ian Ogden, he is hanging on after a tough first half of the race, up to 9. And David Clayman now is back up to 10. So I think those guys with 10 laps, it's going to get time to move. So
it is. It is.
I mean, Ian Ogden is trying to stay, away from everybody. He's only got he's got 19 incidents. He can't lose a point.
No, he can't. Ian can't. He's on the bubble now, so it's going to be close.
With this track and at this stage of this race, and with all these guys needing a win, it's going to be hard to avoid a little bit of contact, because all he needs is someone to run into him or just bump him. He's going to end up picking up an incident point.
It's going to be intense. That's all I got to say. If you're just tuning in, this is the point in the race where you do not want to miss a single thing. This race is going to be very exciting as they make their way onto the front stretch. Geico restart zone. 10 laps to go here at New Hampshire. Here comes the 41 down on the inside. That is Charles Van Scoik. His teammate closes the door, though, as they go into turn 1.
29 is looking to get under that 41.
He's going to do it. He's there. It's close. Big dive from the 29.
He's done that before tonight. He's not afraid, and making a run on the 42. Contact. 29 is.
He saved it. What a save.
He saved it, but he lost it. He is now back to 10th spot.
Look who's coming through the field. I saw an 8 car. Rick, can he do it? If he can pass 10 cars, I mean more than that actually, he needs to pass 13 cars in 10 laps, essentially 8 laps really. The 8 car trying to make his way back up through this treacherous field, and we have some contact.
And the 8 as well.
We called that. We got that on.
We did that. Saw that live. That was Bullard, Barletta, and Worrell.
Oh, watch out! Watch out! Watch out! Oh, that was close.
Okay, that is our 20th caution of the night. Back up front, 8 laps to go. By the time we go back to green, we'll be down to 5 laps to go. Sammy Harrell is up there. Charles Van Scoik. 1, 2, 3 are all part of the same team, Goat Racing.
The Purple Brigade has made their presence known tonight.
They sure have. John Ledger is sitting in 4th. Sean Skytman in 5th. Ty Bostic in 6th. And David Clayman up to 7th.
Wow.
Marco Berube is in 8th. Austin Hable is up to 9th. And William Mann Jr. is sitting in 10th. A valiant effort by Chris Worrell to get back up into the field. A little bit of an incident towards the end there. I'm not sure exactly what caused that. I guess we can go back and look real quick. So the 81 just came down on top of him.
Oh.
What caused that? Nothing. I think the 8 just spun by himself with nothing.
No, the 8 did. I think so if you look at his left side tires, it looks like he was straddling the inside of the outside lane,
Oh, that
and
seam.
he may have clipped the seam right here. This is where he's gonna. Yep, you can see his car start to angle a little bit right there, Rick. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
That's the
And
88.
the 88 splits him.
That's the 12 he gets through cleanly. All right. 6 laps to go. We're still under caution here. If you're tuning in, this race is rapidly coming to a close. Lots of purple people eaters out in front here. That is Sammy Harrell, who is our control car. He's got his teammate to the outside, Charles Van Scoik, and his teammate behind him in the 44 of Christoph Hall. John Ledger in the 19 to the outside. With 5 laps to go, 4 laps to go, we cross this stripe. Can we stay green? I don't know. Based on the 20 cautions that have come out so far, the odds are not in our favor.
Not at all. It's definitely. I would love to see it go. I really would. But with as little time as left here in this race, it's every man for himself. And just let's see who can make their way to this victory. Pace car is down, green flag is out, and Sammy Harrell is leading the field. Here comes Christoph Hall, though, into second alongside his teammate. Oh, we got a wrecking.
That's the 22 of Bostic. Do you have some help or? Yep, a little tap in the back from the 99 of Marco Berube. Sends him a little bit. Marco does not get by cleanly. He is also a little bit of karma there, unfortunately, for the 99. And those two guys were involved.
They were. Well, Rick, this is going to go to a green-white checkered.
Yep, 3 laps to go. We'll not finish under in regulation. We will go to overtime. That being said, those two guys were involved. Any issues there with incident points for the 22 or the 99?
Let's see. So 22, 8 incident points, 99, 12.
All right.
We're all good.
Well, the 99 will have to serve, or he's already served it?
I believe he's already served.
Gotcha.
Take that back. I don't think he has. It shows a black right now. I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, so then he will need to go back down pit road under green and serve that, unfortunately, during a green-white checker. All right, so Sammy Harrell 1, Charles Van Scoik 2, Christoph Hall 3, same order as last. Looks like the 48 did get a lap back. Not sure if that will leave him 1 lap down or back on the lead lap. I think he's still 1 lap down.
I believe so.
Well, folks, we're doing our best to get this in as quickly as possible.
And we appreciate everybody tuning in.
Absolutely.
Looks like we have 6 minutes left in regulation.
Yep.
In regulation time. With that being said, that's basically one green-white checker.
All right, lights are off on top of our pace car. That means we will be going back to green. And how that works, if you're not familiar with it, is that when the green flag flies, next time by, the white flag flies, and then it's on. Whoever crosses the start-finish line is your winner.
You know what, Rick? 80% of the top 10 right now does not have a win. The only 2 drivers in the top 10 that do, Van Scoik in 2nd and Shootman in 6th. So this is going to be a mad dash to the end. Is Christoph Hall going to dive down and dive bomb the leaders and his teammates for a win? I mean, he has Van Scoik up in 2nd. Van Scoik doesn't need another one. He's already got one. What about John Ledger, though? Berube, Shootman, or Skyman, rather.
I mean,
Skyman, could he?
Team Orders may be here to get that 42 win.
That could be it. We're about to find out, though, folks. Green flag back in the air. The 41's alongside, but here comes the 44 alongside the 41, battling into turn 1.
These guys may hold back the field. Let the 42 stay out front.
They're putting the block. Both lanes, nowhere to go. They're wrecking
behind William Mann Jr. We are not going to get this clean. This will start all over again. William Mann Jr.
We have time.
Austin Habel, both were involved. Watching the 6 of Austin Habel. And the 29's caught in the middle up there. That's David Clayman. There's contact. He spins. And then the 6 of Austin Habel goes off track. Big, hard hit into that guardrail. Let's go back and see just what happened to the 29. He's holding his line, John, pretty good through here.
He is, and he just gets a little, he's drifting up right here. You can see the back end of the car kind of step out slightly.
But the 17
but here comes the 17. Yep, the 17 is what got him, though, which is unfortunate. And then nowhere to go for the 6, nowhere to go for the 24. 24 does the best job that he can, trying to avoid him. Actually,
does avoid him.
Wow. What quick maneuvering there. Everybody's squeaking by here. Great job.
'27 gets by. Pittman gets by. 48 gets by. All right. Okay, so we're going to rack and stack this all over again. Try to get this done before our time expires.
It's going to be close. It's going to be close, Rick.
What do you show on your timer there, John?
The last time I looked, well, really was updated by a driver. Like we're looking sub 3 minutes now, probably around 2 minutes. It's going to be close. It's going to be very, very, very close.
Can you bring up your black box and see what it shows there? Does it show the time?
Let's see. Right now, because the elapsed time 2:27, race 2:25. 2:25. Trying to find it.
Well, no matter. We are going to be coming back.
I got it. I actually just figured it out. We are at 2:24.15. Under a 2:25 race. So 2 hours and 25 minutes. The leader just surpassed 2:24 in 15 seconds. Rick, this race could be decided by who can be at the front when that lap ends. The way I'll give you the first rundown that I have right now. It shows me the last timing loop was 2:24.15. With running a minute and 7-second lap times, we will surpass 2:25. This race may not be able to get back underway. By what I'm seeing here by the timer, but it looks like pace car is going to drop off.
Yep, we're back under green.
We're back to green. I'm going to check the timer when they hit the line. The timer is 2:25.19. Green flag in the air. I think we're actually, we're not. Charles Van Scoik is loose up in a high line.
He saved it. He saved it. No contact with the wall. We are around. Oh, there are wrecking behind. That's a 24. But the green flag, the yellow flag did not come out. Race control does not want this to end under caution.
Nope, Sammy Harrell's still out front.
Oh, it's over.
I think that's it. They called it.
Time has expired.
So, Sammy Harrell, Christoph, and Sean Skyman are your top three. I knew it was going to happen. I just didn't know when, Rick.
All right, great finish for the guys from Goat Racing. That is 1, 2, and 5. I think Maurice Burnett is also affiliated with there, so that's 1, 2, 5, 7.
What an impressive run by them. That's incredible.
Sammy Harrell he's got to be excited. We talked to him last time when he finished second. This is a well-deserved finish. They're celebrating together.
I mean, he wanted it so bad. He wanted it so bad. Look at the whole team. Look at the whole front stretch, Rick. They're all doing donuts. Bring out a bigger view. You see it. I mean, this is awesome teamwork by everybody. They're all doing donuts here.
There's the 88. Yep.
Gotta love that. That's amazing. Doing donuts there. Sammy Harrell, what a win. Whoever's doing donuts on the right side of the screen is superb. Here comes Sammy again.
Maybe Christoph Hall.
Christoph, I mean, look at those. Those are perfect circles. I mean, those are textbook donuts.
He's got some experience doing that.
I mean, that was probably some of the best burnouts I've ever seen. Well, Rick, let's bring up our finishing order here tonight at the Tech4Troops Cup Series race here at New Hampshire. What a race by these guys. If we're able to bring that up, Rick, you think you can bring it up?
It's up.
I cannot see it. Software is not doing its thing. So, Rick, you're going to have to read it off for me.
Okay, so your winner tonight, Sammy Harrell, wins it. Christoph Hall is in second. Sean Shipman in third. John Ledger is in fourth. Great finish by John. Charles Van Scoik in fifth. Ian Ogden finishes in sixth. Maurice Burnett seventh. Mike Slagter in eighth. Ty Bostic in ninth. Harley Barletta finishes in 10th. William Mann Jr. in 11th. Grant Altizer in 12th. Marco Bruby in 13th. Ryan Pittman finishes in 14th. Zach Allen 15th. Luke Bullard in 16th. Philip Vandertwick in 17th. Austin Habel finishes in 18th. In 19th, David Clayman. 20th, Jeff Nairn. Chris Worrell finishes in 21st. Jeff C. Vaughn, 22nd. Mark Hanna, 23rd. 24th is Brad Previtt. Pete Woodrum finishes in 25th. Jeff Nene in 26th. Alonzo King, 27th. Evan Amick in 28th. Colin Garrett, 29th. And Bobby Gibson in 30th. All right, that's the end of tonight's race. Let's see if we can imagine that they're all in the waiting room. Let's grab Sean Skytman.
Let's do it.
Sean, welcome to the broadcast booth. Congratulations on your finish.
Hey, thank you. That was a fun one.
Well, it definitely was a war of attrition, to be sure.
Yeah, I just tried to keep it clean and just tried to pick them off, one by one and see where I landed type of thing.
Yeah, I mean, you got up here. You're in a podium spot. We talked to you with that win a few weeks ago, and now you're on the podium again. Looks like you have some momentum going to the playoffs. So after this race tonight, obviously we have a few more left until that starts. What's your approach now, seeing that you do have this momentum to carry forward? What does that look like for you?
Well, I'm just going to try to keep it clean and try to push it when I need to and try to recognize it, try not to drive over my head, and hopefully that gets me somewhere.
Well, definitely congratulations. Any sponsors or shout-outs you'd like to make tonight?
Well, I'd like to thank all our sponsors who run this league. IWM, 1111,
Tech4Troops.
Tech4Troops. Yep. I'm trying to remember all these things I got to thank, and it's all fantastic. I love what this league's doing. So thank you.
Well, congratulations again on your P3 finish. That's Sean Skytman. All right, Sean, you're welcome to hang out. We're going to bring in the rest of the finishers tonight. Let's bring in Mr. Christoph Hall. Christoph, congratulations and welcome to the broadcast booth.
Thank you.
Wild finish there. Great finish for the GOAT Racing guys. You guys, and we do have to congratulate you on some of the best donuts we've seen on the front stretch.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So going down those last few laps, of course, we had the double restart here, and time was winding down. And you guys are all part of the same team. What were the conversations at the very end there?
Just how to keep up front and keep clean. We knew we were one of the fastest guys out there, and overall, everyone was just driving it in too hard. So we had the best tires and everything. So we were just trying to stay clean, stay out of all the chaos and whatnot. And if we did all that, we would pretty much be finishing 1, 2, 3, except for one of our teammates decided to give it a little too much beans on the second last corner. So
yeah, Chuck, we saw Chuck, but he kept it on the wall. He didn't do too bad finishes in 5th. You guys were 1, 2, 5, 7 with Maurice Burnett in there. That's pretty fabulous results.
Yeah, overall we all did great despite Maurice having some problems throughout the race, and then Chuck right there at the end. But overall, top 10, great job for the whole team.
Any shout-outs tonight?
Just of course my team, Sammy, Maurice, Chuck, my other teammates, CJ, Cody, and Kramer.
All right, and on that we bring in Mr. Samuel Harrell to the broadcast booth. Sammy, congratulations on your win.
Man, thank you. I appreciate that.
We were talking in the booth that as this race was winding down, a number of guys at the front, you needed a win. You were chasing a win. You had been the bridesmaid before, and you were definitely on the hunt for a win today.
Yeah, for sure. We had a little strategy going into the night. Just you had to stay out of trouble, especially with the incident points. So we just took it easy, and we missed every accident, which was a blessing.
Yeah, there were a number of those tonight. We did have, is it 21, John? Where did we stop? 21 cautions?
I don't remember when I stopped counting, but I think it's probably around that 20 to 21 mark. That's correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
23 cautions.
23 official
cautions.
Well,
see, we were even wrong up here in the booth. Well,
yep
23.
There was a lot. So you're right. We lost a number of drivers through incident points tonight. Some not of their own making, but that's just, unfortunately, it happens, especially with a track like this.
Yeah, it does. And to be honest, I think a few people they really drive over their heads. They just you can't dive into the corners here unless everybody knows what they're doing. So we just took it easy. I think I used 2 sets of tires the whole night just to stay out of trouble, and it worked out for us.
It sure did. Well, congratulations on your win. Any shout outs you'd like to make?
Oh, absolutely. I want to thank Elliot for allowing us to run Tech4Troops 1111. If I'm missing anybody, and of course, Goat Racing Diecast for sponsoring Team 43. I mean, we couldn't do it without him and my great teammates. I think we all finished in the top 7 maybe tonight.
You did, yeah. 1, 2, 5, 7.
That's right. So we gained some major team points tonight also. So it was well worth it.
Absolutely. Well, next week we are at Indianapolis, the Classic Oval. We have not been there. We don't go there on the Cup Series. We go there only for the road course. It's been a while since we've seen these cars on that track, John.
Yeah, it has been a while, but I'm excited. I love that track. It was one of my very favorite tracks growing up on the sim, and going back there is always awesome to watch. So that's going to be a 120 lap event next Wednesday. It's going to be our first race after this awesome one here in New Hampshire. We have Rockingham after Indy, Old Atlanta, and then Talladega. So 4 very different tracks. 2, or really, I guess 3 that the Cup Series doesn't go to anymore if you're considering Old Atlanta. But this upcoming week, we have the Indianapolis Oval.
All right, so we're wrapping up our broadcast here again. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you joining here tonight, and congratulations to Sammy Harrell on a win here at New Hampshire. Tune in next Wednesday, and we'll see it all over again. We'll be in Indianapolis.
Good night, folks.
Good night.